fight and when you fight him. But I mean, the more you win, you just have that confidence that no matter who you fight, no matter what the guy brings us here, we have an answer for, So I don't know if he got to that level yet where he feels like he'll walk through anybody. Once you get in that mindset, you're like, it doesn't matter who I fight. They're gonna beat them. That's where you want to be at,
Yeah, I just think when you're losing, it's a little tougher. Maybe you want to kind of slow it down a little bit. Hey, let's get a guy where we know who we're fighting. Let's train 3-4 weeks for that guy, and let's take it head on as opposed to trying to jump in there.
Well, and Dave Kaplan's in a similar position too. This is his first fight since May of 2009. We saw him in the Ultimate Fighter 8. He lost to George Roop. He lost to Junie Browning in the UFC. They released him. This is his first fight since May 2009. So, Kaplan's got that similar position as well. He's got that similar pressure on him. He needs to break this losing streak. He needs to prove that he is a legitimate fighter, that, this is what he's meant to do. So they're both in a difficult situation. But you're right. If I'm in Dominique Robinson's corner, I'm saying, hey, let's not take a late notice fight.
Yeah.
Let's plan this out. Let's know who we're fighting. Let's game plan because he needs to break this streak.
Well, the good thing about that though is that he can take comfort that when he fought Gabe, he just got caught. It was a good fight. It's not like he got outmatched. He got caught. And same thing with Kaplan. He lost his split decision to George Roop. It could have went either way. If one just had to go the other way. So it's like, well, they can always take comfort in that. It's like, well, I kind of lost 1.5, not 2 in a row.
All right, here we go. TPF, Stars and Strikes. Let's kick it up to the center ring with our ring announcer, Mr. Joe Martinez.
And now, fight fans, here we go. 3 rounds scheduled in the welterweight division. Again, your 3 judges are Abe Bellardo, Ralph McKnight, and Jackie Dakin. And your referee in charge of the cage, Jason McCoy. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. His style is Muay Thai. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall. Official weight, 159.5 pounds. As a professional, his record is even, 3 victories with 3 defeats. Joining us from Las Vegas, Nevada, here is Diamond Dave Kaplan. And next his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He's a mixed martial artist, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall. Official weight, 159 pounds. As a professional, his record is outstanding with 14 victories, 4 defeats. Joining us from East Oakland, California, here is the fallen angel, Dominique Robinson.
All right, guys, you know the rules. Okay, I want a good, hard, clean fight. Touch gloves and let's get ready.
Now, Andre, you'll notice Dominique Robinson was listed as 14-4.
Yeah.
He's always contends that he's got 10 unaccounted for victories. 10.
Well, he grew up in Oakland, California. There were 10 street fights that were real tough that should go on his record.
And look at Kaplan moving forward right away. He's not hesitating at all. The touch of gloves and immediately into the clinch. Now, Dominique Robinson has good defensive wrestling, but we know Kaplan wants to put him on the ground.
Yeah, that's one thing when I had trained with Kaplan for a while, he just always comes forward. He throws a lot of leg kicks.
And he's just selling out on that single leg. He's had Robinson's right leg elevated in the air, but Robinson showed a lot of balance, kind of bounced into that corner and used the cage to his advantage.
Going right back to that leg.
Was even trying to dump in his leg right here, right in the pipe.
And he eats a big right hand from Dominique Robinson after selling out on that single leg. There's those leg kicks you talked about, Ulysses.
Yeah, it's always 1, 2 inside leg kick. That's all he does. And by then, the sparring session, he's like just killing you.
Now, Dominique Robinson, when he fought Gabe Rudiger back in February, the jab was very effective for him. It was very quick. We'll see if he goes back to that now that Kaplan's giving him a little room to work. Although, as I say that, he moves immediately back into the clinch.
Well, I don't think Kaplan wants to stand back and let this guy jab at him.
Yeah, but the good thing about Kaplan is he's mixing his striking and his wrestling, so he's keeping him guessing, which is real smart.
Really going for that single leg attempt. Dominique Robinson showing excellent balance in the corner pockets, they call them here at the Tachi Palace Hotel and Casino. It's a rounded corner, and it kind of sinks back a little bit in there. You can see that the Dominique Robinson is kind of seated back in there a little bit. You can really use that to your advantage to keep your balance. Of course, the other fighter can also use that to the advantage in striking if you're trying to escape out of the corner and they want to pin you in it.
He showed some flexibility there, too. He was able to bring that leg over Kaplan's head.
Nice knees in the middle. Those are. You see Kaplan being a little more aware of those knees. Dominique Robinson fired 2 really hard ones to the gut. He's going to go for that single leg again. This is what, is it just Dominique Robinson's great balance that he's able to stay standing on that one left leg, or does Kaplan need to change his approach a little bit?
Well, one thing that Kaplan's doing is when he's trying to pick him up, Dominique's falling back to the cage, which is helping him keep his balance. That takedown would probably be better in the middle of the ring, so when he falls back, he's going to fall back to the canvas as opposed to the cage,
Well,
I would more run the pipe.
He actually tried to bring him to the center of the ring, and he was able to get out of it as well. So Dominique Robinson showing good flexibility and good escape ability.
Big right hand. Dominique Robinson showing some powerful striking. Kaplan still working those leg kicks. Nice uppercut. Left hand scores. Dominique Robinson really finding his range halfway through the first round.
He's checking his leg kicks now. He just has to make him pay though by firing a shot.
Left hand is landing. Kaplan wants to stay inside. He's learned that real early.
Yeah, and he's got to be aware here because Dominique Robinson was doing a good job of firing knees up the middle to the gut. You see Kaplan with the left hand on the leg trying to hold it down. Maybe if you drop for a double leg or look for a different kind of takedown because the single just really hasn't worked for him yet. And we see actually Dominique Robinson move into the tie clinch here.
That's a big problem. You can't break that grip right there, though. But yeah, I mean, the single leg, he gets it real good, but, I think you would have to pull him in and we call it running the pipe. We take a step back and drop your shoulder into them. But trying to pick him up and over is a little bit hard because, Dominic has good balance and good flexibility.
They reset in the center, and let's see if, Kaplan can change things up because I think Dominique Robinson is winning the stand-up battle, and he's definitely throwing with cruel intentions. Right hand left just misses for Dominique Robinson. Nice kick.
Side kick.
Looks like he's cut a little bit on his left eye, though.
Yeah, over the left eye, David Kaplan showing a little bit of blood there. To his credit, Kaplan's still moving forward.
He'll never stop moving forward.
And Kaplan moves back into the clinch. Just really hasn't been successful for him yet.
Seems to be a pattern here. Kaplan takes it to the center, eats a couple of punches, and says, nah, let's go back over here up against this cage. I feel a little more confident. But either side, wherever they're going, it seems Dominique Robinson is again a low kick right there. Referee stops the action.
Like a knee straight to the jump.
Yeah, that's the danger of those knees. You throw them inside and you landed a couple to the gut, very solid, but you have to be careful, and that one catches the cup. Kaplan wants a quick restart. This is one thing that bothers me. Pro fighters, I think take your 5 minutes. You get 5 minutes if you're caught in the cup. Take it. I don't think you have to prove you're tough or prove that.
You don't got to prove you're tough, but then the crowd starts booing, and you're like, oh, man.
And sometimes you really don't need the full 5 minutes. I mean,
I'm telling you, though, if you're a veteran, I say you take the time. I mean, maybe you don't need the full 5 minutes, but I would take as much of it as possible. I just see guys rush back, and there you go. You lose it right away.
Straight in.
Kaplan moves forward.
Oh, good leg kick.
Just seems to be a lot more power. Kaplan did the smart thing there. Robinson said he got caught, but the referee didn't see it. So Kaplan stayed on top of him, moves immediately back into that single leg.
It's been a real good round. They haven't been to the floor yet, but they've mixed it up. A couple takedown attempts.
another low blow. Referee again doesn't stop. He calls time now. That's referee Jason McCoy.
Taking a point.
Only a couple seconds left. Maybe 1 or 2 seconds left tops.
Again, that was questionable. The referee didn't see it. I don't think he's going to take a point. We'll find out now. Maybe a stern warning.
Yeah, I think he's just going to warn him, tell him to keep the knees up. I think the first one was a little more direct shot, but again, it did catch him. He's giving him a stern warning here, like you said, and I think the next one they'll be forced to take a point.
And with that warning also came some direction. So whenever you get that, that's definitely letting you know a point will soon follow if it was to happen again. He's telling what he can and cannot get away with. Round 1 is in the books. David Kaplan, Dominique Robinson. A couple low blows here caused this fight to get a little off kilter, but we did see a pattern here. We saw Dominique Robinson throwing some good punches and landing them as well.
Yeah, and nice knees to the body as well, even though they got a little bit low and got him in trouble. A couple of those really delivered. And I think Dominique Robinson did a great job with his defensive wrestling. The striking game was there as well as we take a look at the knee to the groin, because we always need to see that again.
Now that one was official.
And Kaplan actually grabbed his groin again as he returned to the corner. He was not 100% when he returned. So it's still bothering him a little bit. But, you know, credit Kaplan for moving forward, for throwing the low kicks, for working for the single leg takedown, although I think he's got to try something else. But I think Dominique Robinson takes that round in my book. Kaplan never got the takedown, so therefore you can't really give him credit for that. And I thought when they were in the striking exchanges, Dominique Robinson was landing the more effective blows.
Yeah, Kaplan was definitely the aggressor, but I think Robinson definitely won that round. Not by a lot, but I think I'd give him the nod in that round.
Now he's just got to be careful with those knees. He doesn't want to give away that hard-earned point that he just got.
Yeah, that'd be unfortunate if he did.
Scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. We'll welcome everyone on GoFightLive.tv.
Oh, nice right hand. Kaplan again working those low kicks, but Robinson really finding his range.
Now he's sitting down on those punches, as you can see him. I knew that was coming soon. Kaplan's not going to take too many more of those punches.
And Kaplan did try a different strategy, so let's go for the double leg this time, but he missed it. Robinson did a good job of sprawling out. Now they're back on the feet and resets. And Robinson, I think he was doing better with you know, we saw him miss with a wild right looping shot. He was doing really good with nice tight shots up the middle. As he scores again, I think he just needs to not get too aggressive, not get too crazy, just stick to the technique and use what's working.
That was a nice right hand.
Kaplan pushes into the clinch. Let's see if he's got a different strategy from this position this time around.
That right-handed Dominique Robinson landed was not throwing a lot of power. Now, early on, he was sitting down on him. Had he landed that same right hand, it would have probably been more effective.
Yeah, I think just because Kaplan went for that double leg, I think he didn't want to sit on his punches too much because he didn't want to get taken down, but that definitely landed pretty clean.
Yeah, Kaplan saw that immediately and shut down.
Kaplan has a good chin, though. I know just from sparring with him, like, they got to come forward, keep your legs down, take a couple punches, and call it a day.
Yeah, he proved it to me right there. Trying to spin off and pull Robinson down with him, but Robinson again showing great balance.
At some point, you got to abandon a strategy, and if the strategy is trying to, you know, get that leg and work off of that, it's not working out. Dominique Robinson is showing great balance. He's escaping that at will, and now they're back into the ring throwing punches.
Yeah, maybe he could shoot into that position for a single leg and then switch it to some type of hip toss or something there, because Dominique Robinson looks pretty comfortable where he is. Maybe could Kaplan switch it up like that? A nice combination from Robinson with the 1-2-10.
Yeah, I like to see Kaplan, once he gets a single leg, to kind of come up for like a body lock, you know.
That's what I think too.
But Dominique's really finding his range right here.
Those straight punches that were so effective against Gabe Rudiger are being effective here again tonight against Dave Kaplan. We'll see if Dave Kaplan's got any tricks in his book the way Gabe Rudiger did with that spinning back fist.
He looks real good for taking the fight on 2 weeks' notice, too. He doesn't look tired, you know, he looks fresh. You know, his combination of finding the mark. Looks like Kaplan might be a little hurt right here.
Oh, yeah, Kaplan smiled at him, but that hurt. Oh, there's his big knees.
That got his attention, definitely.
Oh, big high kick just off the top.
He's going to sit on his punches a little bit now. You can see he's coming in, he's throwing a little more intention. Watch the right hand.
You're right, Robinson's conditioning, his focus is very good on a short notice fight out here in the heat. He looks great, mixing up his punches.
Yeah, he looks real good, you know. Looks like Kaplan's back of his head looks real cut too. Maybe from the head kick.
I think he's going to take a few more chances. I don't see any power coming from Kaplan's punches. There's a cut in the back of his head, seems to be trickling down. I don't know exactly where it's coming from.
That uppercut. He's finding that uppercut all day.
Yeah, that might have been that high kick that glanced off the side that caused that.
Yeah, I think so.
Big right hand.
Big right hand. The right hand is landing now. He's sitting down on it. He's throwing it with some power.
And then, you know, this cage kind of plays a big factor in the fight, too, just because it's real up close and personal because it's not that big. So you really can't back up too well.
Nice elbow.
Big elbow from the tie clinch.
Close.
Oh, another big elbow from the tie clinch. Oh, man, those were painful. Dominique Robinson pouring it on here in the second round. Kaplan showing that chin.
Still coming forward.
Dominique Robinson is composed, looking, oh, 2 big punches, both missed.
Kaplan showing a lot of heart as he stands in the pocket. Kind of giving up on the takedowns. Those weren't very effective. I think, as I said, he shoots in, but again, it's not effective.
Looks like he might be able to finish this one, though.
Robinson does a great job of sprawling out, locks in the guillotine, or working on it anyway.
Might finish from here. Bring his hips in. Good job. Oh, he needs to keep him down, though. He needs to stick with it the whole time.
Kaplan,
good round.
Happy to take a break from eating some of those punches.
Man, I'd pay for groin shots. I can take a 5-minute rest. Oh, he jumped for that guillotine.
He's got in there pretty tight.
Finish.
Dominique Robinson jumped for the guillotine choke at the end. Kaplan survives. Kaplan up immediately into his corner, showing some heart. But he got absolutely bruised and battered in that second round.
He's a tough guy. You can definitely not question his chin here, but how many more of those can you actually take before the referee steps in and says enough is enough?
Well, he hasn't been dropped, you know, which so the referee shouldn't do that, and he's not really covering up like they're doing boxing.
Right here, the knee, flying knee.
Absolutely
got him in
brutal in a tie clinch. Here come those massive elbows.
Nice big elbow right there.
Yeah, Dominic looks impressive. So does Kaplan too, you know, but I have it 2 rounds, 1 to none, but Dominic.
Absolutely. Dominique Robinson, again, we talked about, he took this fight on short notice, 2 weeks. He's looked good so far. He's looking a little more fatigued over there in the corner than he has been previously. Well, let's see if he's got what it takes to finish this thing in the 3rd round.
Well, when he fought Gabe, I had him up 2 rounds to none also, you know, in the 3rd round he got put away. So, I mean, hopefully, you know, for his case, it doesn't happen again, you know, for his sake.
I think that might be in the back of his mind. Will he fight more conservative? I think he should go out and try to take this guy out. Kaplan has taken some big punches, and I think the referee is watching to see how many more he can reserve.
Kaplan's going to go stand right in his face again. Give him credit for the heart. Shoots in for the double.
He should come up for the body lock from here, though.
Yeah, I agree with you. Maybe he can do something there from the clinch.
You know, because, I mean, Dominic's hips look real good. Maybe, you know, use some Greco to take him down. But Dominic does look pretty strong, you know.
Very strong. Fires off another knee. Kaplan answers, but it doesn't have quite the same power.
Robinson seems to have an answer for everything Kaplan's trying to do.
Yeah, he sprawls out. He's in the north-south. See what he tries to do from here. You're Robinson, you know, maybe just stand up and back away. I mean, Kaplan hasn't shown you anything in the stand-up at this point. But like you said, it did cost him in his last fight, so maybe he thinks it's wise to stay there. Big flying knee, just missed.
Another elbow.
Massive elbow, another one. 3, that's it.
That's where he wanted to be.
Outstanding finish from Dominique Robinson. Kaplan doesn't like the stoppage, but he was just taking brutal shots over there in the corner.
Here's an opportunity where taking a fight on short notice actually paid off. Dominique Robinson throws himself right back in the mix of one of those guys that might get a shot real soon.
But this is a beautiful display, too, because he was mixing his knees and his elbows up real well. Knees and 2 elbows follow that. Just put them out, you know.
Look at the finish here. Brutal elbows. And Kaplan's standing in there, but he's not defending him. Look at his arms down by his side. And credit again to the chin. He doesn't go down to the ground. He complains about the stoppage afterwards, but that's a great stoppage. His hands are down by his side. He's not defending, and we don't need to see too many of those shots delivered. And that Dominique Robinson looked like the dude that won those 10 street fights that aren't on his record instead of the guy that's just 4-4.
I'm going to see the board when we leave here to get those fights put on this record, because I'm telling you, those were some brawls. Too bad they weren't televised.
That was a really, really exciting fight, man. They showed everything. I mean, except for the grappling, because they couldn't take him down, but just a good display of kickboxing.
All right, let's throw it up to the center of the ring with our announcer, Joe Martinez.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes 57 seconds of round number 3. Stoppage due to strikes for your winner by TKO victory. The Fallen Angel, Dominique Robinson.
Big win. You can see a smile on his face.